What's the next step?
Oh, naturally, surgery. Again, this is the mom. What is the next step? Surgery. Who do you think she gets that from? This lady right here? Well, you should love who you are. What is up, everyone? I hope everyone is excited to be with the train wreck that is Smothered. Now, of course, it is over the top. It is clearly some of it put on. There's just no way that there's this much dysfunction. But the fact that these people came on this show to do this, to even put on a complete facade, shows that there's all kinds of issues, which is a great train wreck for reality TV. But in this case, with these families, these moms and daughters, there is a lot of issues, and it is great to watch. What can I say? The point is to get ratings, right? And I guess that's what they're going to get because they keep eyeballs on the TV, and I'm here for it. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, all the supportive things. Thank you so very much. The people that are in this episode are nothing short of the biggest of train wrecks, with Brittani and Mary and the plastic surgery duo that can't seem to come to terms with the cognitive dissonance that is, say, love yourself, but yet get all kinds of surgery. Then you have Trevor and India, the mother-son group that is really mother-in-law and son group, which doesn't make any sense. Then you have Catherine and Gabriella, the mom that is trying to make her daughter the same that she was in doing pageants, that the girl clearly needs a few more brain cells to rub together, but we will get to that. And then you have Cristina and Cathy, who are probably the most normal and actually might resemble what a mother-daughter duo could be. And maybe over the top, maybe the type where you're like, my mother-in-law's around too much for the husband. But in reality, nothing really crazy there. And some positives, really. So let's get right into it. First, we're with Catherine and Gabriella. Now, the creepy part about this is the mom that is trying to make her daughter the pageant queen that she was, trying to make her everything she was when she was younger, down to matching clothes, which the siblings have some things to say about this. And I actually didn't even know there were any siblings until the recent episode because they're not front and center matching outfits with mom. So they went to the zoo to try to mimic flamingo walking because that's how you have to do it with a pageant, I guess. But the other daughters have some thoughts.
And they say that there's like, oh, well, you can use pageants
to
like
yeah.
help people. No, you don't.
Oh, no. You know, like, the pageant girls are so fake. They'll, like, be doing something for, like, community service.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. The pageant girls are... The sisters have no love for this. No love. And they look like just normal teenage girls. They don't look done up like the other ones, like the fake tan, the fake extensions, all the makeup that you could probably scrape off with your nail. They don't look anything like that. They look more... So their thoughts should be pretty valid in the sense of, this is ridiculous. And she's talking about how fake they actually are.
Yeah. And they'll be like, here's my crown, take a picture.
This is probably
of me,
true.
At the soup kitchen. Just take a picture of me pretending to do something. But none of them actually care.
So they probably, I'm not going to say that every pageant girl has always been fake like that. I'm sure there have been some that have actually done some philanthropy and things like that, which we'll get to later about if she actually understands what that is. But in this case, I'm sure there are plenty who just put on for a photo op and get out of there. But that's a celebrity thing. You can't put all the hate on the pageant queens for that. But the funny part about it is they are blowing the lid on how BS this actually is. And you need to look at this. The mom needs to look at this as the daughters crying for help. You are neglecting your other daughters, trying to be your best friend of your oldest daughter and make her a mimic of you. That's all you're trying to do. It's bad parenting. What can I say? And obviously these kids are going to have some mental health issues up the wazoo. Shocker there. But again, how much of this is put on? I don't know. The fact that it's on TV and you're putting it out there for the world to see and you act like you think it's normal or it's normal for you to make all this up, maybe, is also goes to all the issues that are in this relationship.
Oh. So when we were little, Kath
Listen to the insight. And calls her Kath.
All four of us.
Yeah, including her. We grew out of it.
Oh. The teenage daughters who are not adults, I don't think, are the ones with the best insight of, we grew out of it because that's what you do with stuff you do when you're a child. And they still do it. And they still do it to this day. They are still dressing up in matching outfits. 60-whatever-year-old mom, whatever she is, and daughter, dressing up in matching outfits and going out for any given day. That is not normal. That's like a twin thing you do. That's something you do with your daughter when they're very young. And these kids get it. What's her problem?
She barely has any life outside of working at the salon and preparing for pageants with
Of course,
Kath.
because...
Daughters.
Oh.
Why do you call your mom Kath?
Well, because
Listen.
Mom sees herself as one of the sisters.
Yeah, like when we have
Oh
friends over,
my
she thinks
gosh.
it's like cool to have her around because she's one of the kids.
Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to actually hear this right now. As a mother, as a father, it doesn't really matter. This could be mother, could be father. You are not your child's friend. You can be their support. You take care of them. You provide for them. You are not their friend. You have to be the hard sometimes. You cannot just be your buddy. And in this case, taking it a step farther to say, hey, call me Kath, not Mom. You should be proud to be called Mom. You grew these 3 girls in your womb. Women have a superpower. Now, it takes a man and a woman, but women are superheroes because they grow a child with their body and they provide for that child with their body. You should wear the badge of honor of being called Mom. Everything today gets away from the fact that you should be extremely proud to be a mom. And this lady is too busy wanting to be her daughter's friend. Now that is sickening. And that part, no matter how much this is put on, is probably true.
I mean, last year she was asked a simple question and she bombed bad.
It was worded wrong. Anyone would
It was
get
worded
mixed
wrong.
up.
What was the question?
Yeah, what's the right to bear arms?
Oh
What
my
is the
gosh.
right to bear arms? Because my arms are really hairy.
This is a
I
Family
have the
Guy
hair-
sketch right
we're
now.
all related. I have the hairiest arms.
This
in
is
the
nothing
world.
short of a
So
Family Guy
if
sketch.
this is the right to bear arms, I am not a part of it.
There's no way. There is no way that had to be real. That had to be a put-on moment. But again, you are trying to make yourself look like an idiot for ratings. You're willing, I don't know what the show pays them, but you're willing to go on there and make yourself look like you have one brain cell left that is struggling up in there. You don't have to know the complete Constitution, but to say the right to bear arms and then hold out your arms, say, look at we're hairy, look at this. That is a Family Guy sketch. They did that sketch on Family Guy years and years ago. Where they said, how could it be misunderstood? And said, I don't know. What are you talking about? You have the right to hang a pair of bear arms on your wall. Like, it was a stupid joke, but it was done on a cartoon years ago, and you're making that same point. You cannot be that dense to not at least know a little bit of history, especially when you're going to something like this where you know you're going to get a question and you can't just answer world peace. Or be that one pageant chick from years ago that was basically like, and U.S. Americans? Like, come on, you have to be prepared for this. This is absolutely crazy. Come on, man. But it gets better. It gets better. And it is always the sisters that are because they know how ridiculous this is. So I got to give the sisters props for this because it's ridiculous.
Can you explain philanthropy and how it can be used
Can
to
you
make a
explain
positive
philanthropy?
impact on society?
I don't know what philanthropy is.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what philanthropy is. You don't have to have an exact definition to know philanthropy, helping others, whether it's financially, whether it's actually going out. They just said something about earlier in the episode about, that they do the fake stuff at the soup kitchen. Well, that's philanthropy if you actually did it. I don't know what philanthropy is. And yet, one of the key components of these competitions is the winner going out and doing philanthropy and making appearances. And yet you can't explain what philanthropy... Come on, man. Just let it go. Just let it go. Call it a day. Leave. Get out of there. There's no sense. There's no sense in you doing this. They will eat you alive. So Brittani and Mary have the creepiest of creepy relationships because they still bathe together. They do all these things. And Mom now wants to talk about the body image and stuff, which is a little ironic considering she looks like a misshapen duck with all kinds of fillers and injections in her face. And yet you want your daughter to have a positive body image of some sort. Let's see what that's about. This is creepy.
Nice, honey.
Aw, thank you.
This is creepy right here.
That's very, very nice. She said that.
Very
You have a
thank
nice
you.
ass, too.
I'm going to talk about yours
Very
now.
perky. That's good.
What the holy
Kinda how I
hell?
want my boobs.
She's good with that when
Perky,
she's getting
right
a
up there,
compliment.
baby.
She's okay with that.
Okay. I think she has a cute butt.
Come on.
But she need a little more. Like, I wanna be
This is
juicy
so
ass. Like, I wanna be able to,
unhealthy.
slap it and clap it. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking to your fiance's mom. You want to be able to slap it and clap it. She need a bigger ass though. She was good with him complimenting her, which was already creepy. But yet when he says she needs more, she's not okay with that. But the underlying issue of this, now, don't get me wrong. Why the hell are you talking with your future mother-in-law about where your fiance, future wife needs to make improvements? What the hell is wrong with you? For one, no one should be getting no surgeries on some cosmetic surgeries or so. It's ridiculous. In some sense, you do need to accept who you are. There are things you can change. You can lose weight. You can work out. You can diet if you want to lose a few pounds here and there. But as far as surgeries, it's ridiculous. The messaging these days is crazy because on one hand, you have body positivity. You can be morbidly obese and should love yourself when in reality, you should try to take care of yourself. And on the other hand, you have, hey, it's okay to get all these surgeries and stuff. Even if they're not explicitly saying that, Hollywood puts that out there all the time by simply being in front of a camera. And yet you have this lady who clearly has had a bunch of surgeries getting mad because the fiance said, oh, she could use a bigger butt. Sure, it's your daughter, you're getting mad about that, but maybe lead by example and show that it's okay to have what you have instead of getting mad for him saying that. Inappropriate for him? Absolutely. But lead by example, Mom. You're not doing that at all.
Together and make my body look more hourglass. Because I don't feel like it's in proportion right now, honestly.
So we need to
I just got the
get
butt
someone to
pads
claymation
just
it
for
up.
my satisfaction to see if I liked it or not.
Brittany, you don't
Good
need
God.
a butt.
Mom.
That is the pot calling the kettle black. Now, she wants to say she wants a Brazilian butt lift. You hear all the time about these procedures going bad from unlicensed surgery places or places that maybe are licensed, but doctors are getting unlicensed people to do the procedure. So good luck with that. You're going to butcher yourself and then you're going to end up on botched or something. So instead of teaching her by example that it's okay to want to just completely change yourself and mold yourself like claymation, why don't you teach her that it's okay to be who you are in a sense? It's okay to change some things. It's okay to want to improve yourself, but not by getting a sculptor to sculpt you. And that she could start that by saying, I'm not going to get any more procedures. I made mistakes, but she's not going to do that because she likes what she does. And now she wants to push it on her daughter, but you're not leading by example. Good group. Good googly moogly.
DJ's doing this. He's whispering in your ear. She's never had an issue before.
It's not
She's
him.
never
It's
complained
you.
about her
It's not.
her butt before.
But yet you lead by that same example every day. She cannot be that dense, right? Or that selfish or self-centered to be like, you need to do this. I don't understand what's going on here. She's like standing in front of a mirror, seeing Donald Duck staring back at her with these injections and fillers and everything like this. I don't understand what on earth she's saying, why she doesn't love herself. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Good Lord. Lady, it's you. It's you.
Working out most of my life. If I've been working out that long and I'm still not forming a butt, what's the next step?
Oh, naturally, surgery. Again, this is the mom. What is the next step? Surgery. Who do you think she gets that from? This lady right here? Well, you should love who you are. Like, what the holy hell? Come on, man. They are a train wreck of all train wrecks. Really disturbing. This will be interesting. They have to be put on. Some of this has to be put on for the entertainment factor. Sure, fine. But it all comes from a kernel of truth. It all comes from a kernel of truth. So, stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Trevor and India. This one is disturbing because it's not even his mom. Although it would be disturbing if it was. I don't know if it's less disturbing or more disturbing because it's not his actual mom. But because it's not his actual mom, it comes off more like it's just heading for an affair, which is really creepy. But She's not helping at all, and her and the daughter need to work out their issues, and she needs to move out. That's pretty clear. Look at this. Look at this.
I cannot wait to walk through that door.
Why?
To see
Why?
You.
That is where I cannot wait to walk through that door to see you, your son-in-law, not your grandkids, not your daughter, your son-in-law. Who says that? Who starts it off by saying, I can't wait to see you? Like, what kind of bull crap is that? This lady she had to have some crazy childhood trauma or something that she is stuck in this weird I don't know what she's stuck in, but it is not normal. The creepy parts of this are many-fold, but she ultimately wants her mom to move out because it is causing so many problems at this point. And mom just doubles down and doubles down.
I'm here, sorry.
She is feeding him again. Feeding him again.
You gonna feed me too?
Boy, yeah. I'm here with this girl. Lord.
Look,
Mommy got it.
Look. She can't even see what she's doing is wrong. And that's the problem. Why are you feeding your son-in-law? If I had a mother-in-law who fed me, that would be creepy. How are you okay with it on both ends?
I'm not answering her.
Why can't you answer me?
Because I don't feel like it.
She asked her if she would want to move out or when she would move out, and she just ignored it for like 20 seconds and then said, we're not going to talk about that. Now, the problem here is that her idea is you don't put family out. You don't do that. He says that too. You don't put family out. She's like, you invited me to live here. And the daughter's like, I didn't. My husband did, which they should be on the same page. Obviously, they're not. They're heading for a divorce. They're going to get divorced if this doesn't change. But you should realize the controversy, the issues you're causing here, and leave. At some point, even if it's your parents, if they are this toxic, they got to go. Like, it's going to ruin your marriage. And he needs therapy to see that because as of right now, he's heading to cheat with his mother-in-law. It is really bothersome, problematic, and all kinds of other issues.
Whatever, Delisa. Go ahead. What do you want? You want to know when I'm going to move?
Yeah,
whenever.
When?
What does that
Whenever.
mean? What does that look like?
She's a child. She's a perpetual child. Look at this.
Already.
Look at this.
I'm not nagging. I have a question. I want to know.
And I already told you.
Look at this childlike stuff.
Over and over again.
Watch this. She threw a rag in her face. She threw a rag in her face. The mom throws a rag in her face. What kind of mother are you? You're acting like you're some enemies on the school ground, the schoolyard or some crap like that, fighting over a man. That's kind of what it comes off as. And yet the man is your son-in-law and her husband. This is heading to the ultimate train wreck. It's going to crash. It's going to burn. You're going to have them divorce. He might end up with the mom. I don't know. You're going to have the kids who do not have a mother and father together, who have a typical, standard household right now where the mom and dad present. And yet you're going to have all that breakup, and these kids are going to have divorced parents. You're going to break up the whole house and cause so many issues because you can't realize that you need to be grandma, just like a grandma. Come visit sometimes, help out when needed, and that's it. Get it together, lady. You're acting like a perpetual child. My God. But let's get to the one that is actually the most normal, and actually the one I see some positives in. Now, Cristina and Cathy are more typically just a really close mother-daughter, it seems like, and she can kind of be the overbearing mother-in-law, but nothing crazy. And this one actually has some elements of decent relationships and decent family stuff.
Older. I don't think I'm ready to handle that.
Okay. She doesn't want to hear about medical issues, and that's the problem, which is tough. It's tough with your mom.
Go and enjoy yourself with your mother.
He's making some good points.
The kids and why are you getting upset?
Now watch this. This may not come off, it may come off as a little cold, but this is endearing. This is a real man.
It was funny.
This is what a real man does.
But if there's something really wrong.
Nothing's wrong.
This is what a real man does. A real man is there for his wife, his girlfriend, whatever, and in this case, his wife, and then he tries to, many men, let me explain to you a little bit about men. Men, we try to solve things. Sometimes it comes off and it's not in the right moment to do that then and try to just solve the problem. Women tend to want us to just kind of listen. That's tough for us sometimes. But you have these moments of he's trying to solve the problem, say, you don't need to worry about it, you don't need to, and then sees her get emotional and comes over, gives her a hug, kisses her on her forehead, and comforting, because that's a protector. That's a protector. He's protecting his woman. He cares about her emotions while not getting overly emotional himself. That is what a real man is. And this is typical of their relationship. They kind of have a back and forth, funny relationship, but it's not a bad dynamic. So I got to show support and show props for that, because he's trying to be there. And she is just typically, I mean, who wouldn't be upset if they thought their mom was sick, and a mom that they were extremely close with? So props to him. Way to go, buddy.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't get it. I just feel like something's
Finally confronting her about the
with
issues
you.
about maybe medical stuff.
Christina, let's not get into it.
That sounds like something
See?
if you say, let's not get into it right now.
Okay.
Now, personally, I said it's probably going to end up being something not super major, but, you know, some sort of medical issue. So let's see what it was.
I went to the doctor.
What?
Tell him.
Not
Tell him.
a horrible thing. I found out that I have diabetes.
Okay.
Are you
So I
kidding me?
Now, she's upset mostly because she wasn't told. Now, diabetes, it can be really bad. It can be kind of mild. It can be treated. It just depends on the level of it. In this sense, she's saying one thing is she's changed the way she's eating and all that, and that's one thing that the daughter kind of noticed. But in this sense, it seems like it's a more mild case, but the doctor's saying, hey, you need to get it together. You need to eat better, so it doesn't become something crazy. Now, as a daughter, she's upset she wasn't told, for one. And on top of that, she's worried about her mom, which makes sense. You know, you hear diabetes, you do think of the worst, especially if it's your own family member. And that's tough. That's tough to hear. But you have to understand that it can be managed. And if you do the right things, eat right, and do what the doctor says, then it can be okay. But as a daughter, that would be tough to hear, for sure, and tough to deal with. I get it. But the mom handles it really well. And she has a very motherly explanation for why she didn't say anything.
I used to worry about my mother, and I hated it.
There you go.
I hated always being worried about her. And I don't want my kids to, I don't want Cristina to worry about me.
Absolutely. So you could argue that, of course, you should have told them because that's your kids. I would want to know if it was any health issues. I want to know, because I want to know what's going on. But being a mother or a father, whoever it is, and saying, I don't want my kids to worry about me, and trying to just take the matters into your own hands and improve, that is a very selfless act. So you could argue maybe she shouldn't have kept it, but that was a very motherly thing. That's why I say Cristina and Cathy are the most normal. They might be a little over the top sometimes, and that might be a little bit put on for TV, but as far as mother and daughter, they actually have a really loving, good relationship, a good family, good rapport with everyone, and just seems like good relationships. And that's why I say her husband also being supportive and everything. That's what you want to see. And that's why I say this one, it's nice to see in this crazy show a good relationship that is actually positive. That's really great to see, because all they want to show is the train wreck, and I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. But it's also good to see a relationship that actually cares and loves each other and tries to do what's best for each other. So kudos to them for that. That is awesome. Appreciate you joining me. Make sure you follow, comment, subscribe, like, all those great things. Show your support, put in the comments whatever you want to see. I definitely appreciate it, and I will see you next time.